Game preservation is a hot button topic today in the gaming industry, but you'd think as NASCAR fans, we wouldn't have that problem. Most of the games that we want to play, we could easily pop into one of our old consoles. NASCAR Racing 2003 season could be easily downloaded today, and it's been modded for the last 20 something years, even still today. You could play NASCAR Racing 1, 2, NASCAR Legends. A lot of the old games on computer, you can find a way to download and get them to run today. We're eating good when it comes to that aspect. But there's one game that I know existed back in the early 2000s that I can barely find any footage of. I've played it. I know what this game's like. I can't find anything before the year 2004, and there's only a handful of videos past that year showing this game at all. Let me tell you about NASCAR Web Racing, made by EA Sports. This is NASCAR Web Racing. If you've seen my other videos, you'll know that this is essentially the main menu from NASCAR Sim Racing. This game was on Pogo.com. Pogo was an online gaming website where you could essentially play Flash-type games with other people around the world, and a lot of other games as well. This one didn't have online, but you did have single-player options. You can race in this as Jeff Gordon, Mark Martin, Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick, Dale Jr., Ryan Newman, Tony Stewart, and Dale Jarrett. There are also 3 tracks to pick from in this game: Bristol, Atlanta, and Infineon, or Sonoma as we know it now. And that's it. That's the game. So you use the arrow keys to go forward and backwards and left and right. You can use the spacebar to draft off other opponents, and that's pretty much it. This is your camera view. Top-down view of the track with your car that's about 400 pixels. But you've got a car damage indicator, a mini-map on the top right, your mile per hour, and the lap counter. Bottom left has your lap time, your best lap, and the complete race time. There is also a informative driving line on there. I believe you can turn it off. I have to remember as best I can. It has been a long, long time since I played this game. And that's pretty much it. As you can see, this guy did his qualifying lap. He qualified 6th. You'll be racing against 8 people in this, essentially all of the drivers. There's no repeats. That's what you got. There's a race ticker on the top left, and you're underway. As you can see, this takes a lot of inspiration from NASCAR 2005. You can share draft with people and earn allies, and you can earn grudges with other people by running into them and stuff. That's pretty much it. You can also pit, take 4 tires, all sorts of stuff in this game. There's a pretty decent damage model, all things considered. There's a lot of rubber banding in this game as well. When you draft with someone, you line up behind them, and you're like in a slingshot type thing, where you're basically stuck behind them. You can't move until you hit the left or right arrow key, and then you can slingshot past them, kind of like in Talladega Nights. Other than that, you can see there's some pretty decent crash physics as well. You can spin cars out. You can't like right hook people, but the crash physics aren't bad, especially for basically a flash game like this. You can see the damage is also pretty good. You've got the rear bumper hanging off. You earn tokens and stuff too for the Pogo game itself that you can use to spend on Pogo.com. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Yes, you can have longer races where you have to make pit stops, or if you damage your car too much, you can make pit stops. But this is the game. Top-down racing where you're drafting and trying not to destroy your car. It's actually pretty fun and addicting. It was for me, at least, when I was like 10 years old. Something like that. I played the heck out of this at my grandparents' house. So as you can see, it's very easy to just line up right behind someone, stay in their draft, and then pull out and make a big move at the end. It might be a little too easy, but there is also it's a little hard based on the keyboard control, the top-down thing. It takes definitely some time to get used to it, but I had a lot of fun. Here's some gameplay from Atlanta. This one's a little bit different than Bristol. I felt like I raced Bristol more often than not. It's definitely more of a drafting type track. It's not like a super speedway, but as you can see, you can just kind of ride behind somebody, make them an ally, and you don't have to do much at all. I cannot find any gameplay from Sonoma. Like, I just can't. I'm sure that's somewhere out there on the internet, but my 10 to 15 seconds of research were basically 3 straight videos, and that's all I could find. From what I remember, Sonoma was very difficult. I did not do well there. I I never actually won in this game a whole lot. And as much as I say it's easy, I think nowadays I would do really well at it. But as a kid, all games were hard. But it was a lot of fun. This game, though, I will say, this is the version that most people think of when you say this game. But I remember for an absolute fact that there were other versions of this game. I tried to play this game on EA's website. I remember multiple times. For some reason, I could never get it to work on my computer. I don't know if I was afraid of it costing money, and I think it did, or other things. I could just never get it to work. I remember only playing it on Pogo. And every version I've ever seen is this version, with basically the NASCAR 2005 roster. But I know there are earlier versions based on this advertisement that shows Tony Stewart's 2001 car, a different logo for NASCAR Web Racing, and in the bottom left corner it says 2001. I have no idea what that looked like. I wish I did. I cannot find a single thing on it. So if you have any idea what this game might have looked like before this, let me know. Lead me in that direction. I am so curious if they used older car models, what this game could have looked like. I have no idea. It's been driving me crazy for probably 10 years, if we're being real, because I love this game, and it sucks that you just can't play this game anymore. It's not available. I've looked, and it's nothing. This game was essentially on EA or Pogo's servers. Once it was gone, it was gone. That's why they called it web racing, because you played online in your browser. As you can see, EA had their own line of web sports with Triple Play Baseball, Knockout Kings, and NASCAR. As you can see, it's Jeff Gordon's 2001 car. This is from 2001. This is a demo disc. You could put this in your computer and you could play demos of all of these games. I want to know what this game looks like before 2004, before Pogo, because this was before Pogo. This was on EA's own web stuff. Like you couldn't play this on any other site. This was EA. I have no idea. I can't find it. But as you can see, it's super interesting. I know nothing about this game. I don't know anybody that knows anything about this game. It's just lost to time. And that's what makes game preservation so important. This isn't a point of the video to tell you guys how important game preservation is, but games like this we can't play anymore. Who even knows what the other sports look like? How does it even work? Could you play this game online with other people? Who knows? It's just so interesting. It would have worked well, I think, with other people online, as you saw the pit stops with all the cool pit road stuff, and it would be super easy to get this to work. It's not like it's a very detailed engine here, like just racing and doing normal NASCAR stuff. I don't think the slingshot stuff would work as well, but I doubt that they had this in there before the 2005 game or 2004 game when you could intimidate and do share draft. The 2001 to 2003 version of this is just it's crazy to me what that could look like. But that's pretty much it. This is NASCAR Web Racing. This is the Pogo version. Who knows what the other versions look like? If you played this game, let me know in the comments. Give me your memories. I enjoyed this game so much growing up. I have so many fond memories from Pogo.com playing, I think, what was it, Turkey Bowling, and there was like Bejeweled and stuff. My grandparents loved that website, and they got me into it, so thank you to them. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Lots more stuff like this on the way. Remember, thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Thank you to my channel members. You'll see them after this, and we'll see you next time.